Good evening. Look at that. A pastel sky, magnificent peaks, clear, clean, thin air, and best of all, virtually limitless possibilities for the speed freak to kill himself. This chap is really shifting. And that's a problem because, of course, the faster we go, the more difficult it becomes for our frail and mushy bodies when we crash. So tonight I'm asking how we survive speed and the forces it puts on us. Can we really handle the dangers in a world that moves as fast as ours? And do we want to? I'll also try something that's never been done before. I'll take a car at 80 miles an hour down a ski slope. To understand just how hopeless the human body is at going quickly, I've come to the birthplace of speed. The very British Cresta Run in St Moritz. 150 years ago, men were going down the mountain here on their stomachs at 70 miles an hour. And back then, that was as fast as man had ever been. It's great fun, but it's also unbelievably dangerous.
From the moment you start to the moment you get down there, you're just hanging on for dear life.
The trouble is that the human body is simply not designed to do 70 on a tea tray, as the club chairman Colonel Digby Willoughby points out in his pre-race pep talk.
Right, gentlemen, welcome to the St Moritz Tobogganing Club at the Cresta Run. Now, on this whole matter of safety, one of our riders, a doctor, has put onto this the X-rays of bits of metal that have been and are in the bodies of just 7 members of our committee. Gentlemen, these are nothing to do with motor car accidents or anything like that. These are all accidents on the Cresta Run. That's our president's foot, Lord Bledisloh's foot, your instructor's left femur and right femur. That's Urs Schwarzenbach's back, a very recent one. That's Preston Rabel's arm. And up here you see William Shipton's wired-up jaw. And gentlemen, those 3 bits of metal there are 3 of the 5 bits of metal that still connect my head to my body.
A severed head? Oh, that's nothing. With a bit of effort, you can do much better.
I came out last year determined to defend my title and tried to defend it a bit too eagerly and came out very heavily on Bravazon. The ground where I landed was rather harder than it is this year. And 12 broken bones and a cardiac arrest and 2 collapsed lungs later, I'm very glad to be back and in reasonably good shape, although I'm a bit slow and I can't run and I'm not riding this year, but I'll be back to ride next year.
Having gathered yourself to yourself, raise both arms and cross the chest. The point, gentlemen, is your shoulders are all right and you are capable of carrying your toboggan. And by the way, if you've broken a wrist, you're allowed to do that, but I really want to see these shoulders being crossed with the arms.
Open junction, open junction.
So, they've listened to all the advice, but are they going home? No. I mean, look at him. Look at him. All that risk, just for a cheap thrill. He's not going to be any stronger, he's not going to be any wiser, his children aren't going to be any
Are you all right,
less hungry.
Okay, it's up and apparently unharmed.
Isn't it great to be a human, really?
1, 2, 3, boom!
Of course, you might think that to ride the Cresta Run you have to be mad. But no. According to psychologist Peter Marsh, all you need is to be young and male.
Young men take what we might consider to be silly, in inverted commas, risks for very good reasons. It's a way that they prove themselves, they prove their courage,
It's actually a very small injury.
It's not a small injury, it's got a sausage stuck on the end of your hand.
I've had a few Bloody Marys now, so it's quelled the pain.
Are you hurt?
Yeah, I've cracked 2 ribs, and so taking breath is quite difficult still.
They prove their potential attractiveness to get a mate, a girlfriend.
We may have come third, but check out the bevy of beauties of the Royal Air Force Supply.
You've already got a head full of steel.
I've got a little plate there, yeah.
It's equivalent to the behaviour of virtually all other species of animals.
It's all part of this St Moritz experience.
You're all insane. So, we may be the same as animals, but there is one thing we have, which they don't. This lion cannot go faster than nature intended, and nor can this gorilla. The only animal that can exceed its speed limit is the human being. Since the Cresta Run was founded, we've developed machines, and they're not just for young men. They're for everyone, and that's a worry. Because if our bodies can't handle a toboggan, even when they're young and fit, they sure as hell can't handle a car crash.
About 1.25 million people die each year in road accidents. This is about 4 times as many as people killed in wars.
Charles Oakley is a biomechanic at the Transport and Road Research Laboratory.
Our bodies are designed for an active lifestyle, for walking, running, carrying things around. They're not designed to, for instance, withstand high-speed impacts. It's only over the last 100 years or so that we've begun to move at very high speeds. Our bodies haven't had time to evolve to resist these kinds of conditions.
Today, we've developed all sorts of safety systems to keep us alive. But let's not forget, even the most powerful car in the world will only do 200 miles an hour, and that's perfectly safe. It won't kill you unless you crash. A plane, on the other hand, can kill you while it's still flying along perfectly normally. The problem was first spotted in the Second World War when pilots started blacking out because of G-forces.
Rotate, pull on 2 Gs, right on up.
We all feel the effects of mild G in fast lifts or on fairground rides, but in a plane it's so bad, it can kill you. So, to find a solution, scientists built this giant salad spinner.
G will effectively increase the weight of the body, so that at 5G you feel 5 times heavier. G can be fatal, and in simple terms you can stop the blood flow to the brain, and that can kill you.
This chap is now at 5G in the machine, and after just 6 seconds his brain is so starved of blood he goes unconscious.
Oh, down, 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 Andy. Oh, went a bit doolally there, mate.
Now he was a young, fit pilot. So how would a chain-smoking 40-year-old cope in there? Well, to find out what we need is a chain-smoking 40-year-old. Me. Is it safe?
Yes, climb aboard and mind the buckle as you sit down.
Have I got to be strapped in?
Yes.
You know, I'm really quite scared about this.
No, don't worry about it. Your heart rate will be monitored at all times.
When do you stop it? When it gets to what?
When it's a straight line.
Still gonna die. I just know I'm going to die.
No, you'll sit back and enjoy the ride.
Out. Go on. And I'm gonna clench my buttocks when it gets bad.
If at any time
You want to stop, then you call out down, 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 and we'll stop it. You may feel slightly nauseous. Nothing you can do about it.
Just be British about it.
Very much so.
Right.
If you're happy with all that, then we'll set up.
Run and start.
Go ahead. Let's feel what this G business is.
Okay.
Stand by. Prepare.
Now, easy. That's not so easy.
Not quite sure what to expect, and I think it's probably coming as a bit of a surprise to him.
God, it's like having an elephant sitting on my chest.
The blood is actually draining away from his brain at this point. All the organs in his body as well are feeling heavy, including the heart, so that tends to descend about an inch or so and changes shape into some pear shape.
Try and lift my arm up now.
His body weight at the moment is heading towards about 1/3 of a ton. You can see quite clearly the effect of the increased G is dragging the soft tissues of his face down, so that it's actually getting a very saggy, rather sort of elderly appearance. I'm not at all convinced he's enjoying himself here.
I would not be able to fly an aeroplane feeling like that. But the modern pilot doesn't have to. Thanks to research in the salad spinner, he's now equipped with special trousers that inflate when the plane turns. This squeezes his legs and keeps the blood in his head. So we solved G. But then we came up against another problem. Jet fighters were becoming far too complicated for the pilots, so we had to develop one that wasn't. Welcome to my little Eurofighter. This is the most agile warplane in the sky, and one of the fastest. But most important of all, it's the easiest to fly, thanks in part to a secret weapon. Housewife Mrs. Susie Milne.
So just push the throttle forwards.
Push it forward as far as it'll go.
To understand what she does, I strapped myself into the simulator with Keith Hartley, who is the chief Eurofighter test pilot.
Undercarriage.
What I did was to record a series of commands and orders to warn the pilot of all sorts of things, from very ordinary things to very serious things.
Transonic. What?
She's telling you you're about to break the sound barrier, so pull your left hand back a bit.
No, let's go through it. So I'm going supersonic at what height?
3,000 feet at the moment, in the middle of the Lake District. That's seriously going to upset the national park.
Ooh, the hell with the national park. This is so much fun.
Max speed. She's there again. We call her nagging Nora. She's monitoring a whole range of things inside the cockpit for us, which means I don't have to bother with it.
So I get lower and lower and lower? Mm-hmm. And then how high does she think I can fly? No, I'm not going to pull up. I can go lower. I can go lower.
At the moment, you're at about 150 feet.
Pull up.
I can go lower.
Top right-hand corner there, you can see your height.
Low height.
Shut up, woman. I know what I'm doing.
It's protective. You go on and on and on until they do something about it.
Low height. That's it. Now, there's a case where you've just gone... Think. That's life.
I thought I was doing quite well there.
I don't mind being a nagger at all. Most of the time I had no idea what I was talking about.
Bingo run.
She doesn't ever shut up, does she?
We're trying to make the cockpit very simple. So the pilot's actually there to think about the fight, not to think about flying the aeroplane. So we make the aeroplane very easy for him to fly.
And it isn't just the plane that does the talking.
You can just do it all by voice control.
So if I want to know how much petrol I've got left, I just go, what is it,
Display fuel.
Display fuel. That's amazing.
Display stores.
Display stores. And there are my bombs.
That's it.
That's incredible. And can it understand people from Birmingham?
You can speak to it in any language you like.
Even Birmingham?
Even Birmingham.
Really? Target Foxtrot. It doesn't. It's not doing anything.
That's because you haven't trained it in your Birmingham accent.
Oh, I see. You have to teach it Birmingham.
You load your voice into this aeroplane every time you fly.
Really? So a pilot pushes his cassette in, and then it learns to speak Birmingham?
Yep.
Oh. So, okay, there's a target. So what do I say?
Target hotel.
Target hotel. So I can fly wherever I like and just ease history because I'm locked onto it. Okay, so if I pull the trigger now, he's gone. Oh, and it's come up with J, so target Juliet then.
The amazing thing is that this simulator is so accurate that if I can fly it here, I could fly it for real.
Can I go and shoot one down with guns?
So come hard left.
And all these computers, they're not just helping the pilot, they're actually flying the plane as well. They've made Eurofighter so agile that it flies on a knife edge. And so, to keep it in the air, the software has to alter the flaps and so on 200 times every second. Now that's great, but if those computers go wrong, this plane will crash.
So if the computer's broke, it would just go upside down?
You'd rather flip backwards that way or flip forwards that way.
Really? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how good a pilot you are?
No, because it would be so fast that it would be on your speed of reaction to control it.
So you'd have to eject?
So you'd have to eject.
The ejector seat is a pilot's last resort. These two Russian pilots make it look easy, like it's no big deal. But ejecting is unbelievably violent. It used to be easy to get out of a plane. You just jumped. But as planes got faster, we had to find a new solution.
We propose that the pilot shall be ejected together with the seat, which is shot up guide rails. Tests have shown that an ejection velocity of 60 feet a second should enable the pilot to make a safe escape.
Now you might think that only 1 in 1,000 ejector seats are ever used. Well, you can stop nodding because actually it's 1 in 8. On the Phantom though, thanks mainly to the Vietnam War, it was 1 in 2. In the last 50 years, 6,837 pilots from all over the world have had their lives saved by one of these. The British-made Martin Baker ejector seat. And now there's a special club for those who've used one in anger.
The Tie Club is for every member that's actually used a Martin Baker seat gets one of these.
Oh, well, it is worth ejecting then. You get a nice tie.
You get a nice tie, yes.
Who's got the best ejector seat story then?
Getting ready to land on the ship and rolled behind the ship with the landing gear down and put power on the engine, and the left engine, it turns out, exploded. At that point, realizing that I'm pulling back on the stick and the airplane is rolling left and going nose down, that's the point where when you go from that, macho fighter pilot image to eject, eject, eject.
A pigeon fancier from Huddersfield had decided to let his pigeons off at the end of the runway. So about 20 pigeons got airborne as we got airborne, and we hit these with the multiple bird strike. There's a horrible grinding noise. It's a case you've got to eject. This happened at 300 feet.
When the pilot has to eject, he grabs the handle, he yanks this. There are 2 immediate actions. This generates a cartridge which fires. Bang, the restraint restrains the shoulders.
The arms are pulled in, as well as the legs, and you're actually sort of a bit like a trussed chicken.
The second event is basically to fire the ejection gun, which starts to propel him out of the cockpit.
So the canopy goes, but it was all blurred.
It was an instant reaction, just a one-handed grab on my handle. My left hand was still on the throttle.
I just pulled it, because it is the last resort.
This is the underseat rocket motor. This continues the propulsion out of the cockpit.
It is actually quite a jolt, and you hear and you feel bang, bang, bang.
When you come to a blast of 500 knots, you've got quite severe injuries.
Flail injuries and both shoulders dislocated.
So he just pulls your arms off?
Yeah. My back gave me grief for a couple of years afterwards.
You know, the vertebrae are like this, and they just hit. You get this domino effect. And
you don't want to do it. And
but
even the first
it.
time.
Do you walk a little taller? Well, you don't need walk a little shorter. Are you all shorter?
I lost about an inch.
So they break your back and give you a polyester tie?
This is my second life tie, because it's given me, effectively, my second life.
And this is the point, isn't it? That none of you people without these ejector seats would be alive. No. You'd all have been killed.
Just them.
That's quite a spooky feeling, really, isn't it?
Of course, you and I don't get million-pound ejector seats when we go to Lanzarote. So the plane makers go to extraordinary lengths to make sure we won't need one. They test their aircraft to destruction. They bend the wings. They scrape its backside on the runway. They even test the engines by firing chickens into them from a Gatling gun. So, coming back from America recently, all this made me feel rather good.
Morning, everyone. Morning.
But the fact remains that 85% of all air crashes are caused by human error. So now, the pilot is being taken out of the loop.
Because it's turning now. Did you do that? Or is the computer doing that?
The computer did that. It took a little jink.
And you aren't touching anything?
Hands off.
So if you went completely bonkers now and tried to make the plane go vertical or in a dive, it wouldn't let you?
No, it wouldn't let me.
What do you actually have to do now to get it on the ground?
All I have to do is close the power as the wheels touch the ground.
That's it?
That's it.
That's the runway we're going for, dead ahead?
Yep.
So we took off from Chicago 8-9 hours ago. These guys told the plane where they wanted it to go. They told it the precise runway it wanted to land on at Heathrow.
What's on above?
And it's going to land on it. Well, I hope it's going to land on it. We are on final approach, and the captain of this aeroplane is playing with the stitching in his seat. I wouldn't trust my computer to do this. Right, computer's controlling everything. It's detected a beacon at the far end of the runway, and it's just homing in on that. The beacon is sending out like an ice cream cone shape, and it's just flying down the middle of it. And so far, it's doing a pretty good job. This plane is now landing itself. The whole way from Chicago, and it's about to touch down in Heathrow.
10, retard, minimum.
It's so accurate, it's even running over the cat's eyes. Can you hear it? That's right, it's right in the middle of the runway. Not slightly to the left, slightly to the right. That's completely boring.
I told you you could do it better than I could, didn't I?
Well, you give us a bit of excitement with a landing, do you? So if they can get a computer to land something huge and complicated like a plane, why can't they get one to drive something simple, like a car?
Well done, Firebird 2. You're now under automatic control. Hands-off steering.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is that they can. This is not science fiction. Look, it's science fact. Cars have already been developed which follow wires in the road. They cannot crash. So why has it never caught on? Well, it's not a technical problem. it's psychological.
We live in an increasingly risk-averse society. To take risks is now almost considered to be a form of immorality. So we need to inject back into our lives a little sense of excitement, a little frisson of riskiness, because that is the natural state of the human race.
He's right. My life's far too safe. I need to danger it up a bit. Now, I'm standing at the moment on a glacier, and there's no way I'm going to ski down it in conditions like these. I mean, it's snowing. So what I'm going to do is something that's never been attempted before. I'm going to take the car. They've given this car four-wheel drive and anti-lock brakes, and here I am, doing everything in my power to kill myself. So why am I doing it? That's because I can, because it's exciting. Oh, you show off. You want to race, do you? Right. I'll show you what showing off is, mate. For sure, this was a stupid thing to do, but then risk. It's what makes life worth living. Obviously, we want car makers to make cars as safe as they possibly can, but we don't want a computer to drive them and steer them. Sure, it's more dangerous to do it ourselves, but like they say with dieting and exercise, no pain, no gain. Next week, nature fights back. I attempt to do 150 miles an hour on skis. I explode some myths about the sound barrier. I play football with a leading aerodynamicist. And I get arrested in Washington, D.C.